Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second annual Earth Day press conference. What a powerful week for youth democracy in Newark. With Vote 16 yesterday with the school board elections and Jen Green today, this week has been incredible. Give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Nicole Hewlett Cabral, and I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer for the City of Newark. I'm also the Director of the Office of Sustainability, Resilience, and Community Transformation. It is my pleasure that you joined us today for the Earth Day press conference. Today, we're going to celebrate Jen Green. This is a historic day. You're making history today, not just in New Jersey, but in the United States of America. This is the first time ever in the United States that we have done a youth-led, sustainability-focused, participatory budgeting process. Give yourselves a round of applause. Over the last 7 months, you invited me and my team into your schools and into your after-school programs. And it is our honor to invite you to City Hall to join me, along with Mayor Baraka, to celebrate your efforts. Jen Green is not just about sustainability, it's about empowerment. It's about making sure that the voices of Newark's youth are not only heard, but acted upon. Because the truth is, you all are inheriting the challenges that we face today, but you're also shaping the solutions that we need tomorrow. So I want to just make an announcement of all of the folks that were a part of Jen Green. So we had several schools participate in our canoe mobile, where we collected over 300 ideas. So we had Harriet Tubman School, Dr. William H. Horton Elementary School, Louise A. Spencer School, Avon Avenue Elementary School, Eastward Elementary, Franklin Elementary, Ironbound Academy, and Central High School, along with the Boys and Girls Club. Yes! Now, for the schools that voted, we had Lincoln School, St. Benedict's Preparatory School, 13th Avenue School, Speedway Academy, Newark School of Data Science and Information Technology, Newark School of Global Studies, Science Park High School, John F. Kennedy School, Lafayette Street School, Newark Educators Community Charter School, Central High School, Marion P. Thomas Charter School, Ann Street School, Link Community Charter School, and our special and youngest voters, the Leaguers, 999 Quad, or Mayor Kenneth A. Gibson Boulevard, sorry. We also had Covenant House vote, Boys and Girls Club of Newark, Ironbound Community Corporation, and NJ Lee. And what we've seen through this process of Jen Green is powerful. We asked young people between the ages of 23 years old and 3 years old, how would you spend $50,000 of the Office of Sustainability, Resilience, and Community Transformation's budget? Nearly 4,000 young people across Newark participated. You all submitted ideas, you engaged your peers, you voted on projects that mattered to you, and that's democracy in action. That's community in action, and that's leadership. The beauty of Jen Green is that it looked different in different settings. In the 13th Avenue School, the ideation phase was incorporated, in their curriculum, where kindergartners through 5th grade students created proposals using Canva, 3D modeling, and poster boards, and presented their ideas to me and my staff in English and in Spanish. Science Park students created implementation plans for each idea on the proposal before they voted. Eastside High School students created video proposals for their ideas. St. Benedict's High School and Lafayette Street School, every single student in that school voted. And we had students with special needs that were also able to vote. We had residents from Covenant House voting. And we had the Leaguers, our youngest voters, ages 3, 4, and 5 vote. Jen Green is for everyone. And what did this do? This created a situation where for Newark youth, their first voting experience was fun. It was exciting. And that created lifelong voters. For me, what's been most exciting to see is the spillover effects. Students are not only joining our other projects and integrating themselves in our office, they're doing that by volunteering at our tree planting events. They're doing that by asking to join the Office of Sustainability as interns. They're also doing it by taking the leadership role on the next iteration of Jen Green. We planted 86 trees along Lafayette, right here from Mayor Kenneth A. Gibson Boulevard, all the way down into the Iron Belt. And we planted 8 trees in front of Lafayette Street School. One of the assistant principals told me that there is noticeably less litter in front of Lafayette Street School since we planted those trees. Students are leading. And that's exactly what we want to see. Today, we're proud to announce the winning Jen Green Project, an idea that reflects both innovation and the deep commitment to community. And this would not be possible without the leadership of our mayor, Raj J. Baraka. Without our Jen Green Fellows, Marilyn Serrato and Rosalind Muniz. Without the support of the Office of Sustainability, Resilience, and Community Transformation team, without the support of Superintendent Leon and his staff, especially Kathleen Tierney, without generous funding from the Victoria Foundation, and without the resources, guidance, technical support, and a generous, unsolicited grant because they believed in us from the participatory budgeting, particularly Nisha Thompson. I'm proud to introduce our Mayor, Raj J. Baraka, who's going to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. So I want to welcome all the young people, the staff, folks here today. Let's give Nicole Hewitt Cabral a round of applause, please. Come on, we can do better than that. Excellent. She, put forward this idea of participatory budgeting, including young people in our city. It was wildly successful, as you can see. We talk about thousands of young people engaged in creating ideas and actually voting on how they want to spend $50,000. And I'm sure that was an interesting endeavor for the adults that were involved in that process as well. This serves multiple purposes for us. One, it helps people begin to think about civics in a way they haven't thought about it in a long time or ever. It also gets people to think about sustainability, right, in their environment in a very real and practical way. How can we use a real material sum of money to do something about our environmental issues in our community? And the money was small enough so you can effectuate some kind of real change, so you could do something big enough and small enough to actually do it. And lastly, I think it was incredibly important, especially on the heels of us organizing 16 and 17-year-olds in this city to participate in local school board elections. I think all of this plays right in our effort to bring young people in to the engagement process at City Hall. I want to thank the superintendent, Roger Leon. Let's give him a round of applause, please. His partnership is invaluable. None of this is possible. We can't get into these schools and do these things without the superintendent understanding the desire, the need to make these things happen. So I'm excited to find out who's going to win. Aren't you? I know that's why all y'all really here. You want to know who's going to win? But I appreciate it. I'm going to tell you this. Everybody that participated in it, to me, has already won. You're all winners. The minute you engaged, you became a winner. The minute the adults helped you and the advisors helped you make this process real, we've all become winners, and the city of Newark is a winner in the end out of all of it. And I know that many of you will never forget this process. We'll always remember you participated in it. And I hope that this really sparks something inside of you to continue being involved in the democratic process in the city, in the state, and in this country, and also get you more involved in your community and more involved in environmental sustainability in our city. So thank you. I look forward to seeing these projects out all the way up to the end of its fruition to see what actually comes about as a result of it. I look forward to that, and I'll be around to make sure I can judge that part of it. So God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, I'd like to bring up Nisha Thompson, who is let me get her title correct, the New Jersey Advocacy Manager for the Participatory Budgeting Project.
Hello, Newark! Yes! In Newark, who decides? We decide, right? Come on, who decides? We decide! Who decides? We decide! Who decides? We decide, yes! I'm Nisha Thompson. I'm the New Jersey Advocacy Manager for Participatory Budgeting Project. We are a nationwide organization that promotes PB, because it's very long to say, across the nation. PB started in Porto Alegre, Brazil in the 1980s. And it was started because the government wasn't doing what the people needed. And so the people took charge of their resources. And they were able to reduce poverty. They reduced child mortality by nearly 20% because they were able to trust each other to spend this money. The PB process came to the US 15 years ago in Chicago and is now all over the country. And in New Jersey, though, there was only one town, Freehold, New Jersey, that has been doing it regularly. And I am so happy to see Newark embrace participatory budgeting and bring it to their youth. So give Newark an applause. I want to thank Nicole for her dedicated vision and leadership. I want to thank the Jen Green team for being fierce, ferocious in getting this done. I want to thank all the young people who showed up and voted and were like, okay, what is this? I don't know, I'm going to vote anyway. I love it. And I want to thank Mayor Baraka for being so brave. In this moment of incredible uncertainty, he doubled down on democracy. He said, give 16 and 7-year-olds the right to vote, I don't care, and give these kids $50,000 to figure out what to do with. That is real commitment to democracy, and I'm so happy to see it at this moment. When you give young people this power, they show up, and they did show up. The voter turnout is incredible. The ideas were incredible. I was so happy to be able to support this process. And I want to really take this moment to really press upon what Jen Green did. Because this isn't just a civic engagement exercise. We've all been in survey rooms, everyone taking in our ideas, you never see it again. But on the surface, that's what this looks like, but that's not what this is. So that's why I'm incredibly impressed by leadership, the superintendent here also showing up, because what we're doing is participatory budgeting is offering young people the chance to create institutional change with real money behind it. We don't always realize that young people are listening or paying attention to us. I was tabling at a community and collecting ideas from young people, and an 8-year-old came up to me and I said, what ideas do you have to change your community? And he said, I think kids should be able to get jobs, make money, and help out. And I was like, oh no. But that's how sensitive kids are. They know when something's wrong and they want to help. The kids are paying attention. And we tell them not to worry. Don't worry about it. That's an adult's problem. That's our problem. But that means that worry just sits right here. They got nowhere to put it. And that's not what this is. What Jen Green has done is create an opportunity for our kids to take that worry, sit with others, build ideas and solutions to bring to their community. Jen Green is building an institution where young people can turn their fears and worries into hope. And that's what we want to see in our cities. Our city's environmental sustainability can feel overwhelming, even to adults, because we don't feel like we're given a seat at the table to help make it better. Projects like Gen Green, participatory budgeting, remind us that we can build a kitchen table large enough where everyone with a fear, a worry, a random thought, a bright idea, or just the urge to help can sit together, solve problems together, and leave feeling hopeful. This is why this project is different. This is why this was so important. I'm so proud to have been able to support this work, and with the dedicated leadership of Nicole, the Gen Green team, the courage of leaders like the superintendent and the mayor, I want to congratulate everyone. This was a real win for us all. I can't wait to see who wins, and I cannot wait to see this grow. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so it is my pleasure to announce the next speaker. I must get like a little choked up. I have a really special team, and this would not be possible without two people. I have a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old that I hired in City Hall who are doing things that are phenomenal. Would not be possible without Marilyn or Rosalind. Everything you see here, from the ballots to the design, is from these two young people. They come in every day that they work. They come in on time. They're professional. They're responsible. They have a maturity that is incredible. And because of them, this is possible. Marilyn is running here on her way from Kane University. Is she here? What? She just got here, perfect timing. Again, I want you to I'm just gonna stop talking so you can meet them. Come on, you two.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here today to support the Gen Green Initiative. My name is Rosalind Muniz. Nicole introduced me as one of the fellows. I'm standing here today, not just one of the fellows leading this program, but as a 20-year-old student who was born and raised right here in Newark. For me, this work isn't just a project, it's personal. It's about the future of the streets I walk every day and the community that raised me. Since the launch of the program in September, our team has worked hard to reach one common goal: ensuring the voices of the youth are heard. Over the last 7 months, we've connected with students from every corner of our city, hearing from diverse young leaders who are hungry to see real, tangible progress in their neighborhoods. One question we kept hearing over and over was, will anything actually come from me voting? And today is proof that when young people come together, we can make concrete changes for our future. Visiting schools like 13th Avenue School, where students got to see their hard work that went into creating their proposals to then making it onto the ballot, shows young people how their voices truly can make a difference. That's when a student realizes that their one vote isn't just a piece of paper, it's power. We aren't just talking about the future anymore, we're building it. I'm so incredibly honored to be a part of this movement, representing my home of Newark, and I can't wait to see how much further we can go. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening. I'm Marilyn. I'm also a Jen Green Fellow alongside Rosalind. I was also born and raised here in Newark, and I've always had an interest in sustainability, but I never thought that I would be part of a process like this. When I first started, I had no idea what to expect, but with that came a lot of learning experiences, conversations, and meaningful connections. And honestly, that's what's made this journey of Jen Green really worth it. Hearing and seeing the reactions from teachers, staff, parents, and especially young people all around the city has been really impactful. And during many of our school voting sessions, I've seen students realize that their voices do matter and do have an impact. And it showed me how important it is to give youth a voice in our city's future. And because they want to be included and heard, as well as seen. And I want to thank everyone who's been part of the Jen Green journey, the students, teachers, principals, the Jen Green team, and the Office of Sustainability for making this possible. I'm really proud of how far we've all come and excited to see what's next.
So now you guys see who are the next Chief Sustainability Officers for the city, right there. So for us, as we thought, how do you really do youth engagement? Youth have to lead the way. So you all met Rosalind and Marilyn, but we also felt that we needed some high school students because we wanted to really make sure that we connected with the youth. I'm going to introduce two students that were our budget delegates. So they were brought onto our team last fall to really make sure that other young people understand the process, are integrated, and could see themselves in the process by having even younger kids involved. So I'm going to introduce two Newark School of Data Science and Information Technology students, Janaya White and Miracle Ozudima.
Good morning to you all. My name is Janaya and I'm a Jen Green ambassador from Newark Data Science. I'm currently a senior, and when I heard about this program, I was automatically interested because of the details that were shared with me. I joined the program to give the younger youth a better opportunity to speak out on how to make our community better, especially in Newark. Becoming an ambassador after being chosen helped me gain the focus of how to make the community environment way better by expressing the ideas of how we can build more gardens, do daily recycling, etc. My partner and I have got our whole school in different groups to express the ideas of ways that we can help and even make the interests of our friends wanting to join the program. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Have a good day.
Good day, everyone. My name is Miracle Uzadima. I'm a 12th grader at Data Science and a Jen Green ambassador. Firstly, I heard about this program through my math teacher, which at first I wasn't interested because the program and my teacher didn't really connect. But later on, I went back to him and he explained more about the program in depth and how it helps the community, especially encouraging young ones in Newark to put in and to better their community. Because I was fully attentive because lately Newark has been facing huge heat waves, and at our school we were also previously talking about how we're gonna minimize all of them, from picking trash, planting more trees, and many other options out there. So far I've enjoyed my time being a Jen Green ambassador as I hear the different ideas that young ones like my age and also younger ones have to better our community. Thank you.
So it is my pleasure now to invite Superintendent Roger Leone to speak. Again, without the support from him and his office, this wouldn't be possible.
Good morning. First and foremost, I want to thank Mayor Baraka. Let's give him a big round of applause. Obviously, to Chief Sustainability Officer Hewitt Cabral, your vision, Ms. Nicole, look, see how busy she's working? Ladies and gentlemen, it is because of her work that we were able to do what we did. Let's give her a big round of applause. Obviously, Director Tierney, Supervisor Cummings, and all staff that were involved, a big thank you for your work in this initiative. Today is about sustainability, it is about leadership, it is about voice. And it is about what happens when trusted adults provide students with a platform to help shape the future of their city. During the past year, thousands of Newark students stepped forward with ideas, energy, and a vision for a healthier, stronger Newark. You did not wait for change, you sought to create it. You gathered in your schools, in community spaces, in organizations across the city. You debated, you collaborated, and you imagined what Newark could become. And from that work came more than 300 ideas, real ideas, thoughtful ideas, actionable ideas. You sought to model for adults that words with action are what actually yields results. Not by blaming someone else or deflecting, not by victimizing or system blaming, but actually thinking about the problem and knowing you are the solution. And then you did something even more powerful. You voted, you prioritized, you made decisions. That is the true essence of leadership. In the Newark Public Schools, we are in the 6th year of our historic 10-year strategic plan, the next decade, 2020-30, which is our plan for completely transforming the largest school district in the state of New Jersey. It's not enough to improve our schools. We all know that that is the heart of the work we are doing. But we are actually transforming the schools and the district, and that is possible, and what is possible for our students. Today is a powerful example of the footprint of our work in the transformation of the district and its impact on the entire city of Newark. Because here in Newark, we believe in the power of our young people. We believe that students are leaders in their communities and that their voices matter. And we believe that when you are given the opportunity, you always rise to meet it. The students in the Jen Green Project are extremely incredible proof of that. This is students deciding what is best for Newark in creating a more sustainable future for all who are here today and who will be here many years in the future. That tells us something important. It tells us that you are not waiting for someone else to do the work. You are ready to do it yourselves with adults who support you. I also want to thank our partners, our teachers and staff, parents, and our community organizations who helped support this all too important work. Today, as we get ready to announce the winning idea that will receive funding, we are celebrating a generation of young people who are thinking critically, acting collectively, and leading boldly. And I will say this to our students: you are setting a standard for Newark and for the cities across this country. Because when young people are supported and trusted with responsibility, when you're given a platform, and when your voices are truly heard, this is what is possible. I want to thank you and congratulate you. And most importantly, I want to encourage you to keep going. Because the future of Newark is not something that it will be simply handed to you. It is something you are helping to create and build to become even better. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Leon. I also want to thank two other special guests. One that unfortunately had to leave, Councilwoman Roundtree and Councilwoman Bay, who's here. Thank you so much for your support. So I mentioned that this is the second annual Earth Day press conference. And this marks the first year anniversary of launch of Rooted in Newark. So Rooted in Newark is the City of Newark citywide tree planting initiative. Last year, we announced an ambitious goal of planting at least 500 trees per year for the next 10 years. I'm ecstatic to announce today that since Earth Day last year, a year ago today, we have planted 1,212 trees citywide. Give yourselves a round of applause. I see folks in the room that have volunteered at our tree planting events. We've got the Rooted in Newark team. I see Bloomberg Associates. I see also the Nature Conservancy, so ICC. So many of you are in the room that have been a part of this, and we couldn't have done this without you. So thank you so much. And in fact, we announced a couple, maybe it was last week, sometimes it's all a blur, that for the first time in 15 years, the City of Newark has been named Tree City USA from the Arbor Day Foundation. Yes. When I started this position 2 years ago, it's so funny, it was Earth Day. Yeah, my first Earth Day. I think I was here a month and a half, still dazed and confused. I was at an Earth Day event, and I met Arnold Cohen, who's also in the audience. It was a great supporter of his wife, Miss Nancy. And Mr. Arnold told me about the Arbor Day Foundation and how years ago we were a Tree City USA, and I want us to be a Tree City, and I had no idea what he was talking about, but I pretended like I knew what he was talking about, and I did some research, and we worked on it, and thank you, Mr. Arnold, for that suggestion, and it's a great honor, and we're gonna keep on working on being a Tree City every year going forward. Okay, so, all right, let's reveal the winning idea. Yes. So I'm gonna ask Janaya, Miracle, Rosalind, and Marilyn to come up. Okay. All right. So I told you all that we had over 300 ideas that we received, and we took those 300 ideas and with the help of a budget committee that included Miracle and Janaya, we reduced them to 14 concrete ideas, because a lot of the ideas were duplicate. And we put them to a ballot. So this is what each person here, each young person received a ballot, and were able to choose their top 5 ideas, right? So it's sort of a replica of the ballot. And then we tallied all of those votes. I am so excited to share with you that we received a total of 3,478 votes. That's close to 4,000 young people across the city. Many of you in this audience voted. So we're going to reveal now the top ideas. I guess I'll ask, we'll start with Rosalind. So in 6th place, give me 1 second. Okay, with 1,424 votes, the 6th most popular idea was fruit hubs. So young people across the city want access to fresh fruits, and they want different hubs where we're planting basically orchards with fresh fruit. So that was the top, number 6 most popular idea. The 5th most popular idea with 1,427 votes was more accessible trash cans. So young people across the city lament about the fact when they walk down the street, in many places, there's no place to throw away garbage. So they want more trash cans. Okay, number 4, most popular vote with 1,499 votes, an air quality app. So I remember this idea from the 13th Avenue School. Yes, I remember the team that presented this. I think they were like 8 years old. And one of the team members had asthma. And he wanted an app specially designed for kids that they can monitor air quality and get alerts and advice for children with asthma. And that was the fourth most popular idea. Okay. The third most popular, I feel like we need a drum roll. The third most popular idea with, yes, 1,513 votes is trees. Young people across the city want more trees. That's it, period, right? Okay. Number 2, with 1,629 votes, drum roll. Flowers and planters. They want to beautify the city. Okay. And the most popular idea with 1,701 votes is youth-led, youth-inspired citywide cleanups. They want cleanups, but cleanups that's led by them. Give yourselves a round of applause. So, for those of you that are in the room that voted, did your favorite idea win? Let me hear a round of applause. Yeah? Okay, let me grab my notes. All right. So, this is just the beginning. The Office of Sustainability, Resilience, and Community Transformation is committed to working alongside our young people to bring these projects to life. Because in Newark, we don't just talk about change, we build it. Over the next year, we're going to be working with students and schools to implement the youth-led, youth-inspired citywide cleanups. We're also committed to funding and implementing the other ideas. So, we're going to find funding for planters and flowers. We're going to plant 200 trees around the city, around schools, after-school programs, summer school programs, and areas where young people frequent. So we want to make sure that we implement at least the top 3 ideas, and if we can, we're going to implement even more. So, starting this summer, we're going to be launching the next cycle of Gen Green. So, we're going to be visiting summer schools and after-school programs, and we're going to continue that in the fall. So, we're going to be reaching out to many of the schools that were already part of Gen Green, as well as schools that didn't participate, because we want as many ideas as possible. We want more than 300. We could beat 300, now that you all understand what Gen Green is. And if you want to be a part of Gen Green, speak to one of our staff, especially Marilyn and Rosalind. Raise your hands. And while we're talking, can the rest of the Office of Sustainability, Resilience, and Community Transformation team come up here on stage? I'm sorry, not on stage, but come up here. So just in conclusion, before you all leave, we have some goodies for you. So we've got free books. We ask that each, for children, so ages 3 and under, you can take one free book, any book that you want, because we also want avid readers, and all of the books have a sustainability theme, okay? We've got a free coloring book that we designed, the Office of Sustainability and Community Transformation team, and Resilience and Community Transformation team, designed a coloring book around Newark with stickers, and the stickers are big on the 6-year-olds. Tomorrow, the 6th, and stickers are very, very big. So we have a coloring book with stickers. Please grab one as well. We have free seeds, free trees, we've got hand sanitizers, pens for you. And we also have a cake pop. So please take some of our goodies. And we want to thank you all for joining us today, and happy Earth Day.